Yo, Mortify here. Today I want to talk about the war and constant peril that men's testosterone and health is in, and why you should ultimately isolate yourself from society. Let's get into it. Point 1. Anybody advocating marriage, relationships, or any activity involving women is advocating men risk their health and testosterone just for pathetic and bullshit reasons like sexual urges and that human touch. From from purple pillars, lightweight MGTOWs like Angry Mangina, to non-MGTOW men in the manosphere area like Tommy Sotomayor and Rush V, to even some of the more respected MGTOWs like Spetsnaz. People in the manosphere are promoting activity in relationships with women, something scientifically unhealthy and disastrous to the natural testosterone of men. Before I go off into relationships and even fatherhood, let's start off with marriage and how it affects testosterone within men. From studies done by Harvard, the University of Nevada, Notre Dame, and other universities, studies being done by professionals in Sweden, the UK, and other first world countries, it's been widely documented and proven that the testosterone of men dips and declines before marriage begins, right as the vows are made. The hormone further decreases and dips as marriage goes on further. Yet strangely enough, society and even the manosphere don't even speak upon this. For those of you that don't know, testosterone is the greatest and most vital hormone needed for men as it greatly helps with the energy and sleep, the mood and happiness of a man, the weight, fat, and metabolism of the body, as well as the strength and muscle mass. This hormone provides many benefits in the male body, including calming one down. This is a vital hormone that is constantly under attack from the packaging of products within plastics, estrogen mimickers in the tap water, and insulin/estrogen promoting food additives like glucose, certain sugars, and preservatives in the foods we eat daily. If that's not enough, testosterone is even under attack by airborne threats, that we shall get into later. How can you say any manosphere man even gives a shit about the welfare of men when they're ignorant and oblivious about the scientific assault of testosterone and masculinity? There's too many people peddling their shitty books and documentaries, and not enough people speaking about the actual health and welfare of men. In my opinion, these men, and a few women, guilty as such, are just common, talentless hacks without skill to survive in the real world. So they sell snake oil, half-truths, falsehoods, and argue with empty platitudes. Such is the state of the manosphere when you have a bunch of apathetic people that have zero actual knowledge, leading the blind, and new faces. But I digress. Point 2. Men like Rush V and Manosphere and any lightweight MGTOW suggesting you should in any way engage in relationships are telling you to put your health and hormonal balance at risk. Relationships are just as toxic to the testosterone and hormonal balance of a man as marriage is. Studies from universities like Harvard have shown years ago that the hormone, and men's masculinity for that matter, declines the more time you spend being committed to a woman. Women are pretty much estrogen machines that pump and push that estrogenic crap out of themselves. It'll be bad enough there's BPA and other synthetic estrogens that could damage your endocrine system from plastic packaging. Why in the hell would you want a living estrogen machine to be beside you, especially in cohabitation? It's clear that the retarded and scientifically ignorant men that surround this internet space are clearly oblivious of what actually happens to the male anatomy. How these numbskulls are given high praise and decorated pedestals is beyond me. Next, it's time to delve into an uncomfortable truth that even most monks haven't heard of and may need time accepting. MGTOW dads. This is another red pill for you. Having a child, being a parent, and being attached to a newborn human greatly, reduces your testosterone. And not only does it reduce it rapidly more, but it introduces estrogen into your body. Your testosterone can get so low that your body can radically change from being cut up and chiseled to being out of shape and having the dad body or the beer belly. For this reason alone, I cannot endorse that men of MGTOW become fathers. The contact of a newborn child and being attached to it is a risk for hormonal imbalance and is a one-way ticket to being overwhelmed with estrogen and going down a very unhealthy path. If you're a single man that values your health and wealth over everything, if you love to lift weights, exercise, and be cut up, don't have children. Don't become a father. Children are yet another tool biologically used against men to emasculate them and deprive them of good health. This is another bittersweet red pill that I'm sure will discomfort some MGTOW dads, but children are a far greater risk and detriment to the health of a man than they're a benefit. Point 4. If you thought the chemical and biological assault on testosterone in men's masculine anatomy wasn't bad enough, there's another grave danger you should be aware of that can hurt more than just your testosterone. The danger is called pheromones. Pheromones for humans is a very real thing. Pheromones are basically signalers and triggers of human biological responses and behaviors. They're a very powerful thing that can make you give attention to a broad because of attraction or her sweating, making her passively trigger your biology and anatomy to be sexually attracted to her, like a female boar turning their bare ass to a male boar because the pheromones in the male saliva. For MGTOWs, this, however, is something that can prove itself very dangerous. This rarely talked about portion of biology can take advantage of many MGTOWs, especially lightweights that could be quote-unquote one blowjob away. As Barbarossa once said, these pheromones immediately hit the vital part of your nervous system, the hypothalamus inside your brain. Smell pheromones also hit the nasal passages in your nose and can affect things in your body, such as your mood, heart rate, and your breathing. This is a very powerful tool that is subtly used in perfumes, fragrances, and other substances that have a smell. There's been a study to even show two women having an increased amount of sexual attraction from men. This is utilized against men on a daily basis to trigger biological responses and lure them back to the plantation. Men of the manosphere need to speak more of this. This is used every time you go to the grocery store, you walk outside around others, or go to a restaurant to get something to eat. No man is safe from this outside, especially if you're in a well-populated metropolitan city. Point 5. When you're outside exposed to these pheromones and biological happenings, you're not safe at all outside. The only way you're safe from pheromones and biological attack on your testosterone is to live alone, not being around a woman at all. The younger the woman is, the more pheromones and estrogen she can pump into you. It's definitely not best for your health to hang outside either. Instead, if you have male friends, speak with them inside where neither one of you are exposed to other hormones. Start planning your trips to the grocery store and other places to shop, or just make as few trips to the store as possible and order everything online, from electronics, clothes, and furniture to food and water. All of these items can be bought online off of Amazon and other sites for less. Being outside exposed to that crap that's weakening you every minute is similar to being exposed to radiation. You wouldn't die today, tomorrow, or next week, but it can or will continually tear you down until you're weak. Anyway, MGTOWs, mortify out.